Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. Welcome to Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness, a daily podcast devoted to spirituality and self-help. If you're new, I want to welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about having patience and what to do when you feel like you can't wait anymore. Your patience has run thin and you are ready to climb the walls because the thing that you were wanting to happen hasn't happened yet. And you're sitting there thinking to yourself, what the heck, man? I've been trying to manifest this forever and nothing's happening, nothing's moving, it's staying stagnant. Where's my blessing? I get it. We've all been there. Patience is a virtue, right? Or so they say. I will never forget when I first started my work in spirituality and going through my spiritual awakening. One of the things that I said to my team was, I really want to learn patience. Guess who got tested on that right away? Yeah, me. When I said I wanted to work on patience, I didn't really think through what that would entail. It meant that I was going to be tested in every single way possible with my faith. Did I have faith that things were going to work out? Was I ready to wait and wait and wait and wait some more for things to come through? Yeah, I learned patience, believe me, and it's something that I still have to work on. I used to be the most impatient person. If my ex-husband could be here to talk to you all, he would laugh about it because he used to just crack up at me getting upset over stupid things. And he would just say, like, why are you getting mad about that? You can't control that anyway. Why are you trying to control that? Well, that was my nature. Like, I wanted to be in control of everything. And I think that that is where most of us make mistakes. We think that we want something in our lives, so we put this intention out there of, God, I want to see this in my life. But then we try to control the outcome, how it's going to come to us, when it's going to come to us, where, from which direction, who's bringing it, what time. I mean, if you're like me, like down to the looking at my watch going, you're 2 seconds late. That would be me. I was so ungrateful if things came when I didn't ask for it. Like, oh, you know what? I asked for this last year, not this year. And how horrible does that sound that that's how I was? But it's true. I can remember being a kid and asking for a certain present one year. And the thing is, it was the present that everybody wanted. So it was sold out everywhere. And then the next year, my mom would be so proud that she got it for that next year. And as a kid, I was like, yeah, this would have been nice last year. How selfish and self-absorbed did that sound? But that's kind of how I used to operate. If it didn't come in the timing that I thought was good, then you know what? Take your gift and you know what you can do with it, which is a horrible attitude. But that's how I used to be because I was so impatient that I wanted things to happen in my timetable. I wanted to be in charge of that. And I ruined a lot of really awesome things just by being impatient. And that often happens to us. We might have something that is absolutely wonderful, but because it didn't happen in the time frame that we thought it should, we crap all over it. Why did we do that? Well, I think there are a lot of reasons we do that. I think, number one, it's the whole controlling thing. None of us like the unknown. It's scary, right? For most of us, when we don't see things happening, our brain immediately goes to, it's never going to happen. You're not going to get this. Your wish is not coming true. And unfortunately, all too often, what happens is we focus on the fact that we're not getting what we want. It's not happening. It's not coming to us. And guess what we're calling in? We are manifesting something not happening, something not coming in because we're not being patient. I see this so often when I work with people. You know, people will say, well, when's that going to happen? And I'm guilty of it too, trust me. I'll get a reading with someone, they're like, oh, the love of your life's coming in. I'm like, when? I don't know, soon. Soon is not a time frame that I'm really familiar with. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean Tuesday? Does it mean at 5 o'clock? What do you mean soon? But it's when we start to get into that, tell me when. We're actually blocking our blessings when we do that. The universe right now is asking us to have so much patience, and it's requiring a lot of patience of us. We have been going through this pandemic where we've been asked to stay at home. Have you seen how people reacted to that? If you are seeing the same things I'm seeing on social media, there are some people who went absolutely crazy because they got asked to stay at home. Okay, it's not like we're being asked to stay at home with no food, no electricity, no water, which unfortunately is how a lot of people live their everyday lives in other parts of the world. Even in our own country, there are people who don't know where their next meal is coming from. And yet, we were asked to stay at home, and you thought people were being asked to go to war. I mean, they were so upset. And it just showed me the lack of patience that a lot of people have. And I'm not trying to downplay it because I do understand there are people who lost their jobs over this, and that's horrible. And if you're one of those people, I am so sorry. And I do understand the fear and the uncertainty of not knowing if you're going to have a job the next day. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who had jobs, who were just told to work from home, who just like to go out to eat all the time. Trust me, I like to go to restaurants too. There are times I don't want to cook either, and I like to sit in a restaurant and have a meal with my family. We used to do that a lot, and I didn't even realize how much we did do that until this whole thing. But there were people outright going out and protesting, putting other people's lives at risk, being in large groups of people because they're like, you can't tell us to stay home. You're trampling on our rights. We can't stay home. And to me, it just looked like a giant 3-year-old tantrum going on. I mean, I get it. It's tough. It's difficult. And it's felt like it's been, going on for a long time. And there are some states now who are finally, they're saying, okay, we can social distance at restaurants and we can open certain things and we're going to get things back on track. But it's just a tough situation overall, because how do you know what to do? When you're dealing with something, people are just trying to do their best, and no one has all of the right answers or the perfect answers. But to say, stay at home and then have people like, what? How dare you tell me to stay at home in my warm house with food and entertainment? How do you do that? People were so outraged. And it's like, okay, we weren't being asked to do that much, really. When you think about it, it's not really that big of a strain to stay home and to, not go in large crowds. I mean, they're just trying to look out for safety here right now. That's number one concern, right? Working in a school, I totally understand that, because I've seen the flu wipe out entire classes where I'll have 5 kids left in a class because everyone got the flu. So trust me, nobody wants to be sick. But it just shows to me how impatient we all have become. And we really have. And it's not even really our faults. We've been conditioned to be impatient because think about the technology we have. I think about this all the time. It is no wonder my students have a hard time sitting in their seats and paying attention, because they're so easily distracted, because they can pull out their phones. And if I ask a question, they can have the answer in however long the Wi-Fi takes to load the answer when they type it into Google. I had the answer yesterday. That package, I wanted it yesterday. And I was thinking about this too, because I ordered some things on, from some stores, for my birthday, I got a gift card and I was like, oh, I'm going to buy myself some tops. This will be great. Even though I didn't have anywhere to go to show them off, I was like, yeah, I'll still buy myself something. And I ordered them and it took a month to get here. And I was becoming so impatient. I'm like, what is going on? Why is it taking so long? And of course, it's because they're taking extra safety precautions with this whole virus. But the, human side of me wanted to go, what? How dare they take a month to send my shirts? That's ridiculous. But no, it's me being impatient. And I feel like so many of us get that way. And you can see it when we have situations like this where things are kind of tense. That's when you see how impatient you really are sometimes. But it's our impatience that blocks our abundance. Because if we were to be patient and just allow, honestly, things would probably happen a lot faster than they do. But instead we're like, where is it? Where is it? It's like when you try to cook something and you're waiting for the water to boil. If you stand there and stare at it, it's going to feel like it takes 10 minutes for that water to boil and it takes so long. If you walk away and do other things, you come back and you're like, oh, it's already boiling, right? It's true. There's so many times when I've been cooking things, like if I'm in a hurry and I'm trying to do 20 things at once, it's like something gets done before I'm ready for it to be done. But if I'm just sitting there cooking one thing, it's like, this is taking forever to cook. And I think that we do that in life. If we would just live our lives and be happy in the moment and be grateful for what we have right now and try to just keep moving forward, things would come to us really quickly and we'd be like, oh my gosh, wow, I just asked for that and it came already. But when we sit and we focus on it, we're like, why is this not happening? Where is it? And we start getting livid, right? And we become like Karen who wants to speak to the manager. Like, speak to the manager, this hasn't happened yet. No offense to any Karens out there. I don't know why they picked that name for that meme on Facebook, but it is pretty funny. So no, we don't want to be like that. We don't want to be those people who want to speak to the manager all the time when things aren't going our way. We need to exercise a little bit of patience. Because what you're doing when you sit there and constantly focus on the thing that you want is you're focusing on the lack of the thing that you want. And if you at all believe in the law of attraction or follow it, it states that what you focus on grows. So if you're focusing on the lack of the thing that you want, even if you think you're focusing on the thing, right? Like, oh, I'm so glad this is coming, and that's how you think you're being. But really, you're obsessing and you're doing the opposite. You're going, where is it? Where is it? It was supposed to be here Friday at 2 p.m. The UPS guy said so. Can you imagine if we were able to track our blessings like that? We'd drive everyone crazy. I've had that happen where you have a package and the Amazon said, oh, it's going to be here tonight by 9 p.m. And then I'm waiting at like 8:45. I get a message like, oh, sorry, it's rescheduled for tomorrow. I'm like, what? It's disappointing, right? We're expecting something and then we don't get it. But that's the point of our blessings. They don't work like Amazon. We can't track them. We have to forget about them. We have to put them out there. Thank the universe that we know it's coming and then kind of forget about it and go on with our lives, because when we obsess over it and we want to know where it is and how we can track it, we're actually blocking it. Because again, even though you think you're focusing on the blessing and you're like, I'm so thankful to have this, what you're actually doing is focusing on the lack of having it. And you don't want to create more lack in your life, believe me. So what can you do when you're starting to feel impatient? Well, I am so glad you asked, because there are so many things we can do. Allow me to explain. One of the first things we can do is call on our spiritual team. You're feeling the lack of patience. It's actually just fear coming in, telling you, what if I don't get this? What if this doesn't happen for me? I mean, think about it. Have you ever gone for a job? The longer they make you wait to tell you anything about it, the longer you think, oh my gosh, I'm not getting it. This isn't happening. What if? Because you're allowing that fear to come in. When we have time to sit and think about things, the fear creeps in and we go, things are not going to work out for me. So we need to stop allowing that fear to come in. So the first thing you can do is you can call on Archangel Jophiel. I believe that I talked about Archangel Jophiel a few weeks ago, but she is the archangel who is associated with patience. Her message to you is your dreams are still blooming. They are blooming more rapidly than you realize, but they need nurturing and they need patience. Because what I always say to you is the universe is working on things behind the scenes for your behalf, if it's for your highest good. So if you're not seeing something happen, it doesn't mean nothing's happening. There could be a lot happening behind the scenes that you don't know about. If you're hoping for your dream job, there may be a big shakeup going on at the company to move people so that creates a position for you. Or if you're hoping for that dream relationship, your soulmate may be being put through a tower moment to get out of a relationship that's not good for that person so they can find you. There's so many things that we don't see sometimes that go on behind the scenes, and we need to learn to have patience. It takes time for a seedling to push through the ground and to mature and become a huge tree, right? But before it sprouts up through the ground and becomes that huge tree, there's so much growth and development that happens below the soil. And we don't see it happening. You know, my brother and I were going to plant a garden. We'd pulled up some bushes from the front of our house. So we wanted to plant something that would look nice there. So we decided to plant some elephant ears. And we decided to just buy the bulbs because the plants that you could buy that were already grown were so much more expensive in the store. And a lot of people just want to buy the ones that are already, have already grown so that you can see them right away and they get bigger faster. And to buy the bulbs, it takes patience because you don't see anything at first. We dug up the dirt and put down the bulb and then replanted the dirt and put water on. And still, it's been a couple of weeks and there's still like nothing coming up yet. But I know that by July, there are going to be these big, huge banana plants and elephant ears and everything all around. And even though we don't see anything happening yet, we know that eventually it's going to come up and be beautiful and we're going to love it. But we have to wait. Now, we could have purchased the ones that were already grown. But there's some kind of excitement in planting a seed and knowing that you're nurturing and watering and caring for it causes something to grow. It's kind of exciting to watch that. I always used to love that when we would do science experiments in school and we would have plants and we would watch them develop. And in the same way, it's kind of exciting to do this. Well, your dreams are kind of like those bulbs. They're like seedlings. You've planted this idea of this is what I want. You put it in the soil. You gave it to the universe. You said, universe, this is what I want. Please help me to nurture this and help it grow. And thank you. I know it's on its way. Thank you for that. And then you walk away. Now, if you stood there and stood over those elephant ear bulbs and nothing happened, nothing was coming up for 2 weeks, you'd think, my gosh, these were bad bulbs. Nothing happened. They're dead. It's not going to grow. And they actually did a study once where people talked positively to plants and people talked negatively and yelled at them. Did you know that it actually did affect the growth of plants? So think about your dreams. As that bulb that you're standing over, if you're standing over talking negatively, oh my gosh, you're not growing, what's happening, we've killed you, we didn't do this, we didn't do that, I didn't do something right, and it's not happening, why is it not coming? you are actually killing your dream. But if you plant it, water it, give it to the universe. Okay, thank you. This is what I want. Thank you. And you walk away and you go do other things. You go look at the butterflies for a while, and then you go mow the grass and you go do something else. And before you know it, you come back and you start to see the green sprouting up. Like, oh my gosh, it's happening. And that's kind of how life works and how it works with our dreams. When we give it to the universe and we say, this is what I want, thank you, I know you're bringing it to me, I'm leaving it in good hands, and I'm going to go walk away now and do my thing. And you could come back and, like with the plants, if you went back to the elephant ears and you just looked over them and said, hey, looking good, thanks, okay, can't wait till you sprout. I know it's happening, I just can't wait, and then walk away again. You can do that with your dreams too. You manifest, right? You write your intention down, this is what I want, and you thank the universe, and then you go live your life and you enjoy your life, and you come back and you look at your intention and you say, thank you, universe, I'm so glad this is on its way. I know you're doing things. I know things are working. I know there's stuff going on that I can't see, so thank you for that. And you go back and you go live your life and you have a joy-filled life and you enjoy every moment, and you come back and you're like, thank you, I can feel even more is happening. No, I can't see it. Thank you. And then you go off again. But you don't stand over it and obsess. Do you see the difference? When we lack patience, we just drive ourselves insane because we obsess over what we're not seeing, and that's not going to bring us anything. So if you're starting to feel impatient, call on Archangel Jophiel. Just ask her to give you strength, give you peace, give you patience, and ask her to help you appreciate life's miracles, because every day things happen that we should be grateful for. You can find a miracle in every day, I promise you. Looking out my window right now, seeing the trees that are surrounding my house, I know that at one point they were just little seedlings. And to me, that's a huge miracle. That we have the freedom to go out and to enjoy nature, and that our planet is starting to heal from all of the ways that we've abused the planet in the past. That's a huge deal. So look for ways to enjoy life and what's happening around you now, to take the focus on what it is you're not seeing in your life. There's always something to be thankful for, always. And when you start to feel impatient, you do a tapping. Go to YouTube and look for Brad Yates. I'm almost positive that he has a tapping for patience, because I'm pretty sure I've had to do it in the past. It's just fear getting in your head telling you it's not going to happen. You got to get rid of that fear, because fear doesn't do anything useful for you. It just drives you crazy. Do a tapping. You could do a guided meditation. I have a guided meditation on my YouTube channel for anxiety and worry. Do a meditation, do a tapping, do both. Take a deep breath, call on Archangel Jophiel, and then try to go about your life, not worrying about what's headed for you, but instead, what do you already have that you're so thankful for? Showing gratitude is another way to get out of our own heads. It's so easy to get wrapped up in all the stuff that doesn't matter. And all you're doing is robbing yourself of your own peace. Don't let anybody do that to you, not even you. Awesome, amazing, wonderful things are headed for you. Believe it, claim it, live like you know it's true, because it is. All right, guys, I wanted to pull a card for you today. So the card I pulled is from the Kuan Yin Oracle deck, and it is the Dance Unveiling. There is a situation in your life that is about to reveal itself to you with greater clarity. Just like sand shifting, the picture will seem clearer and quite different to how it once appeared to you. This clarity will bring you great relief and confirmation of your intuition. Be patient and allow the revelation to come to you at the perfect time. I love that. So I think this is just a sign confirming to many of you that your blessings are on its way. Things will be revealed to you that are going to make you feel relieved. So just be patient and be thankful for the revelation and know that it's all in divine timing. It will come to you at the perfect time, and that's how it's meant to be. The perfect time isn't your perfect time. It's divine timing, because we can't always see the bigger picture, but divine can. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you so much for being here with me today. As always, if you like this podcast, please subscribe. Please share it with others. Please leave me a review from wherever you're listening. That helps others find me. Also, I have had so many people reach out to me this week, like in unusual numbers, telling me how much they appreciate my podcast. Thank you for doing that. That means the world to me. It really, truly does. It makes everything worth it. And I love hearing from you. So thank you so much to those of you who reached out to me this week. You can reach out to me anytime. It is not a nuisance to me. I love hearing from you. Please don't hesitate. Also, if you want to work with me, you can go to my website, melissaoatman.com. There you will find a list of the services I offer, as well as how you can book with me and a description for them. Simply purchase from the offerings page, and then when you're ready to book, just contact me. We will schedule your appointment. All of my sessions are done online through Zoom. You know, thanks to this pandemic, most people now know what Zoom is and how to use it, so that's made my job a little bit easier. Also, I want to let you know that some people have asked me about my audiobook. They're like, when's it coming out? I wish I could tell you. It was supposed to be out weeks ago. Amazon is, I don't know. Amazon is kind of burying my book, I feel like. So I don't know what's going on with that. It's already been submitted. I was told that it would be out. It's not. I guess because of the coronavirus, things are delayed. I really don't know. There's no reason that I know of that it's not out. It should be. So I unfortunately don't have any updates about that. I am going to contact my publisher and try to find out what's going on with that. Everything goes through my publisher, so I don't see who buys my book, and I don't see how many books I've sold or anything like that. So if you want to reach out to me about something regarding my book, reach out directly, because I don't see that you've purchased my book, and I don't see how many have been purchased. So people ask me questions. I'm like, I don't really know. My publisher handles all of that. I wish I had more information for you, but you can still purchase the physical book, the paperback, or the ebook on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Goodreads. If you've read it and you like it, please go leave me a review. That helps me so much, and I so appreciate it, even if you just leave stars. Also, if you want to follow me on social media, I go live on Facebook Mondays at 6:30 Central, and I always post videos to Instagram or IGTV, so follow me there. I hope that you guys have a beautiful week. I am sending you so much love and light. Please go be a light for others, and please know that you are so deeply loved. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.